Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Evermore YouTube channel. It's Chris back with another Rumour Has It video talking about players linked to the football club in this summer transfer window. We're back talking about the back. That's right, centre backs. We're desperately in need of centre backs and a right-footed centre back at that as well. We have been linked to loads of players, and the question is obviously FFP keeps coming up and whether we can buy a player, whether we have to loan a player, whatever it may be. But there's no doubt about it. We definitely need cover for Fabian Schär and the inevitable long-term replacement for Fabian Schär, which takes me to this player we're about to talk about now, who I'm massively excited about. Just before I do, a little reminder, if you haven't already, please click subscribe. Come and join us. We've just gone over 4.6k actually subscribers, so massive thanks to everyone who smashed that button. Getting close to that 5k mark. I know you want to win that Shearer prize. Get yourselves in the draw. Recommend us, refers to everybody you can, but smash that button, come and join Evermore. Loads of quality stats and chats about Newcastle United and our transfer targets, as well as live show once a week with me and Mark, and the odd rant when something pisses me off, which seems to be more than often these days. But yeah, smash that button and come and join us. So who am I rambling about? Who am I talking about? Well, this is the player I'm talking about right here. And what a player. What a player, by the way. António Silva. Now, he plays for Benfica, 19 years old. He's already got 4 caps for Portugal. This kid is unbelievable. Before we look at the stats, just to give you a bit of a flavour as to how good this lad is. For me, this is the kind of kid that Pep Guardiola signs. This is off the same conveyor belt as Ruben Diaz, as Laporte, those kind of players, these unbelievable signings that someone like Pep Guardiola sniffs out. And I wouldn't be surprised if he's even been looking at Silva as well, to be honest with you. But the lad has everything. He's tall, he's quick, he's good in the air, he's strong. His positional sense is unbelievable. His ability to tackle is incredible. He's good on the ball. He can run with it. He can bring it out from the back. Everything you could possibly imagine in a centre half. He seems to have it, and he's only 19 years old. Unbelievable. So we're going to have a look at how he compares with Fabian Schär and talk a little bit about maybe some of the challenges that would be to bring António Silva to the football club. So you can see there straight away, 19 years old versus Schär's 31. That's the winner straight away. 40 games he played for Benfica last season. You can see how fit that he was. 5 goals. This kid can stick it away in the onion bag as well. That's a massive threat to have at centre half. Our centre halves don't score goals. If Fabian Schär got 1, he pulls out the odd blinder here and there, but we're not very good in the air in terms of attacking threat and everything else as well. But this kid can add goals to that as well, which is incredible. Tackles a game, he's nearly at 2 tackles a game. Remember, he's playing for Benfica as well. He's playing for one of the best defenses in that league, and he's still doing loads of tackles a game. So that shows you how good he is. Quite often players who play for the top teams have rubbish stats when it comes to defensive abilities and everything else as well. But this kid is unbelievable. Interceptions 1.27, blocks 0.77, clearances 2.98, aerials 1.54. The true tackles are slightly down from what Fabian Schär's would be. Passing is 64 a game, so he's passing a hell of a lot more than Fabian Schär. And look at his pass completion, unbelievable, 91%. You're talking Rio Ferdinand back in the day type player, this kid. He really is that good of a player. This is the kid for me that Newcastle will have to sign as a long-term replacement for Fabian Schär. But we'll get into the challenges as to why that might be an issue right now in a minute. But you can see their progressive passing 4 a game. Fouls slightly more than Fabian Schär, 1.27, and recovery 7.22. Unbelievable player. Mark's got his market value there, 38.8 million. I'm sure Benfica would want a lot more than that, and therein lies the challenge, I think, really. But looking at the red, amber, and greens, very few reds and ambers on this one. Look at his defensive stats. His tackling's right up there, in the higher echelons, 90th percentile. Tackles 172, tackles on defensive third 83, in midfield. He's up there in nearly 90% his dribble has tackled, he's 95%. Unbelievable. Interceptions 43. Blocks and clearances slightly down, but he's not that kind of centre half. He's more of a modern day centre half with pace and positional sense to win the ball, as opposed to flinging himself in front of things. But he can do that when he needs to do that. His passing is incredible as well. His pass completions, nearly 100%, which is incredible. Long passes completed as well. Short passes. His key passes are slightly down, but his passing around the pitch in itself is unbelievable. And his touches as well. His switches are slightly down, but that's not his game. His game is more trying to find that through ball, I think, and passing through the midfield. So for me, this kid is the real deal, and he's only 19 years old is the main thing. But the biggest challenge is exactly that. This came off the back of Craig Hope's article, and he did a great video on YouTube about it as well. But these centre backs are all class players, and they're all very much in the young bracket. The 3 that we've done already. with to Sposis, to Debo, and now Silva. They're all sub kind of younger than 25. So all of their best footballers ahead of them, but they're all going to cost around about 35, 40 million quid mark. Mark's got Silva there at 38 million quid. I think Benfica would want probably 45 to 50 million quid for this kid. I'm not sure of his contract situation. Let us know in the comments below if you do know. But for me, I have a feeling in this position, Newcastle are going to have to bite the bullet and buy a player. Now, the ramifications for financial fair play will certainly be there for everybody to see. However, if buying a player like this can help Newcastle progress further in the Champions League and maybe gain more money from that, or maybe qualify for the Champions League again this season and again gain more money from that, more TV money by being on TV more if we're higher up in the league. Obviously, the opening game of the season, if you're going off that, you think we're going to win the fucking league. Never mind being in the top four. But all it takes is one bad injury to Fabian Schär. We're in serious trouble because the quality drops off so much. It really, really does. Bringing in somebody like Silva for me is an absolute no-brainer. He can be Schär's understudy maybe for this season, and then next season he'd probably be Schär's replacement effectively. And if Fabian Schär wanted to hang around for another year and be Silva's understudy, then he could do that. Or if he wanted to bugger off and go play in America or Serie A or France or Germany or where, even the Saudi league, if he wanted to, he could do that at 32 years old. But Silva for me is got to be the replacement for Fabian Schär, and you need to get in there before somebody like Manchester City, Manchester United, or Chelsea come in and get this kid, because he's that good of a player, or even Real Madrid. This kid will be courting interest right across Europe. He's such a good player at 19 years old, and he's only going to get better. So if Newcastle could pull off any one of these deals, this for me is the one that they have to do. They have to do the deal. I think financial fair play may just prevent this one from happening this transfer window, and this could potentially be one maybe they revisit in January or possibly the season after. But for me, this is the player I think we should sign, and this should be Fabian Schär's long-term replacement. What a centre-half pairing that would be, Sven Botman and Antonio Silva. That could dominate the Premier League as a centre-back pairing for the next 6, 7, 8 seasons. It would be up there with Vidic and Ferdinand, in my opinion. It really would be. You might think I'm being hysterical, but I think those two are and can be that good as a pair together that they would just be unbelievable. They really would. But let us know in the comments below what you guys think. Would you buy Antonio Silva this window? Would you just say fuck it and go for it and hope that commercial deals can balance out the books? Or do you think the guys will be a bit more cautious and maybe not do the deal and wait until January or next season? We always like to hear from you. Smash a comment and we'll do our best to reply to it. And as I mentioned at the start, if you haven't already, click subscribe. Come and join us. We're over 4,600 subscribers now, so we're getting close to that 5K mark. And that prize giveaway will be coming out as well. Keep it ever more, guys. Like the channel, help it grow, and we'll catch you later. Cheers.